Hey guys, Daniel here from DSG Online Academy. Just want to touch base and give you a bit of insight today how I would structure a typical session with some of my students. Hopefully there's some nuggets that you can take and apply to your own marine sessions and maybe concentrate more on quality rather than quantity. If you haven't already subscribed, click the link below, and as always feel free to leave comments or ask any questions. So today I'm joined by one of my students, Connor, very gifted golfer, and we're actually working on wedge play. So the way I would normally structure a practice session will be in three different elements. The first will be technical, the second will be feel, and the third will be performance based, because we want to ensure that whatever we're doing here is transferable onto the golf course so Connor can perform at his maximum under the heights of pressure in competitive golf. So the first stage is technical. This is where we set up a feedback station. I'll check everything from basic setup, such as ball position, body alignment, and in particular today what we're trying to do is ensure that Connor's controlling his low point in his swing. So the feedback station I've set up here is the fat plate. It ensures a consistent strike and makes sure the attack angle is where we need it to be. In order to do that, what I do is I get Connor set up into the ball. His tendency would be to almost get his weight evenly distributed and the shaft be very neutral at address. So what we're trying to encourage is a bit more of a weight distribution favor in the front leg, maybe 60-40, and a bit more of a shaft lean at address. Obviously through impact that shaft lean is going to be exaggerated, but it is important to understand you don't want too much to start with at address. So the fat plate's a great training aid to do this with. Let's say what we work on here is getting Connor's weight distribution favor in the front leg, his hand slightly forward at address, and then when he comes down through impact, then we should hit the ball solid rather than making contact with the fat plate. If you heard that noise, that will indicate that his low point was actually just before the ball and we're coming in too shallow. So it's a great instant feedback training aid to let us know what has to be changed. It also gives Connor encouragement to keep the hands moving forward and compress the ball and get a wee bit steeper down into the back of it. So that's the technical station. We would practice that for about 20 minutes. Then we'd move on to the next station, which is feel. Obviously we move away from the technical work, and I want Connor to be able to feel what length of swing he needs in order to control his wedge yardages. So prior to this session we've already had a discussion in relation to his season's goals. He doesn't want to become too robotic, so as I'm sure you're all aware, you've heard of the PEL system, the clock system, where we're going 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, etc. Connor's more of a field player, so we've adapted his swing feels to his own game where he's comfortable. So what we do is we do a half swing, and we do a half swing slow, then we do a half swing with speed, and then we do a 3/4 swing. And what we find is when we do that with each of the wedges, he's able to cover all of his yardages from 120 yards to 40 yards comfortably, and if necessary he can adapt to the changing environment outside. So from there, the last step would be a performance-based exercise. We add challenge, we add pressure to make sure that he can do it in here, and then we can transfer that onto the golf course. So for today's challenge, what we've set up is a proximity challenge. So as Connor's a very gifted player, we've ensured that his landing zone has to be within 3 yards carry distance of his target and within different proximity to the hole. So we've got a scorecard drill game here where if he lands within 5 feet he's getting a birdie, if he lands within 10 feet it's a par, and anything outside that's going to be a bogey. It is critical to say that when you're doing a challenge drill like this, you should set yourself targets before. It's not a case of winning or losing, so we want to create success loops. That leads to further advancements, and it keeps the player focused and allows for great achievement along the way. So Connor set himself 3 targets before the challenge. What's an okay score, what's a good score, and what's a great score. So nothing is negative, and we work towards that. We'll do it throughout the bag. We'll do a benchmark at the start of each month, and then we'll progress each month to see how good we're getting or what needs to be tweaked. And then we'll go back to our field section if needs be. We'll do 3 shots with each of the swing speeds we've already discussed. We'll see what yardages come, and then we'll repeat the test to make sure that he's on point. And again, he can transfer to the golf course and get the ball closer to the hole. I hope this video helped. It gives you an insight into what to do in your own practice sessions and ensure that you're working on quality over quantity.